to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jaelyn, and today I am showing you what I eat in a day. I'm coming to you like from the future because I filmed this already, but I looked a hot mess, so take two. Anywho, this video is going to be a voiceover, but I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of background. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I post my meals pretty regularly on my stories, and I get a lot of feedback about stuff looking really good or questions about what's in stuff or why I put something versus something else. So I figured I'd kind of give a little bit of background, and I just thought that this could be something to potentially include on my channel. So if it's something that you want to see more of, let me know in the comments below. To give a little bit of background, I don't eat red meat. I eat very minimal dairy. I'm supposed to be dairy free, but I really like cheese, so here we are. And I don't really eat sugar or like processed sugars, or white carbs. So brown rice, sweet potatoes, quinoa, oats, stuff like that, whole grain. That is what my diet consists of. I do eat pretty healthy pretty regularly, and I just kind of wanted to share some ways that I find it a little bit easier to kind of stick to it. First, I plan my meals for the week. It's a habit that I have developed from my mom. Every like Friday or Saturday we'll kind of sit down, or we would before I moved out. We would sit down, kind of plan. We would sit down and kind of plan what we were going to eat for the week, because one, it helps you not overbuy groceries. Two, it helps like during the week when you're like, what am I going to make today? And then you spend an hour trying to figure out what you want to eat, and then you still have to cook it, and then by the time you eat it's like 8:30, and nobody wants that. So it just makes things a little bit easier during the week as well. When you get off work, you know what you're going to eat. You know that you have all the ingredients. You don't have to stop at the store on the way home. You end up saving money in the long run, because I personally live right next to Whole Foods. So like if I were to leave something to the last minute, but I don't feel like going to a grocery store, I'll run to Whole Foods because I know that they'll have it, but I'll spend $8 or $9 on something versus I planned it ahead, went to Trader Joe's on Saturday and got it for like half the price. So just stuff like that, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. I just wanted to hop on, give that little background. But if you're interested to see what I eat, then just keep watching. So for lunch, I made Greek bowls, and I am making the tzatziki sauce that is going to go on it as well, and I made enough for 2 days. So I'm just using non-fat Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, cucumbers, garlic, salt, pepper, lemon juice, and dill. And I made that first so that it could sit and kind of, marinate in its own juices. And that way it was ready for when it was time for me to eat it. Normally I would make something like that in the morning or the night before, so that it actually has time to sit. But one, I didn't feel like it, and two, I kind of forgot. So.
Ooh, keep it coming, babe. I don't mind another round. Drinking from your bottle, baby. Calling it wasted love, wasted love. I can't get enough of my baby. I'ma be wasted love, wasted love. I'm spilling liquor on the carpet, on the couch. I feel it dripping from my mouth. Drinking from your bottle, baby. Calling it wasted love, wasted love. Moon is rising in baby, calling it wasted love, wasted love. I can't get enough of my baby. I'ma be wasted love, wasted love. I'm spilling liquor on the carpet, on the couch. I feel it dripping from my mouth. Drinking from your bottle, baby. Calling it wasted love, wasted love. I'll be deep under your influence tonight. Ooh, keep it coming, babe. I don't mind another round. Drinking from your bottle, baby. Calling it wasted love, wasted love. I can't get enough of my baby.
Okay, now that we're done with that, we will go ahead and make the actual bowl. So the base is quinoa, and then I added tomatoes, peppers, chickpeas, feta, cilantro, and cucumber as well. And I also usually eat this with like the sesame pita chips from Trader Joe's that are so good. And sometimes hummus. I didn't have any hummus though, so I didn't have it today, but yeah. And chicken. And I forgot the chicken in here as well, so you'll see me like cut it when I cleaned everything up essentially. But the chicken that I used, you'll see it's in like a little pack. My mom found these like pre-cooked packs of chicken that are really good actually. She got them from Sam's Club, I believe. And they're just really good to have for salads and things like this. And then I'm just putting the sauce on top, and then I did add some white balsamic as well, just a little bit, because it really does kind of just it ties it all together somehow. I don't know, but it's really good.
I can't get you out of my mind.
So now we are moving on to dinner, and I made zoodles with chicken and shrimp in like a lemon butter garlic sauce. It was really good. So right now I'm just prepping the shrimp.
Around, and I'm dying to tell you. Well, I know that by now it is obvious, and that maybe I'm wasting my time, but I gotta try. The only reason I keep sneaking out at night to laugh with you in secret under city lights. Surprised you never had the guts to figure out how I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best of luck. Coming to get you. Wish me.
Now we are spiraling the zucchini. I should have used 2 zucchinis, but I used 1.5 and it was still fine, but you have to remember it's gonna cook down. So it worked out just fine, but just, for a future reference. And I'll link the spiraler that I used below. It's super easy and it's small for like storage and stuff like that. This literally took me like 2 minutes. And I also take out the part like the seeded part that gets spiraled when you cook it, because there's less like actual zucchini in that part. When you cook it, I feel like it gets a little mushy and I don't like that, so I take that part out. I believe off camera as well, I cut up some mushrooms and peppers to add along with the chicken. And I used the same chicken from earlier because, again, it just makes it really easy, and I didn't feel like also cooking the chicken because this literally took like maybe 15 minutes to make. Oh, and I'm just cooking the shrimp, and I just sprayed some like butter flavored cooking spray in the pan. I'm just going to cook the shrimp real quick and then set it aside to add back in later.
Face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there.
Now I am just sauteing the garlic and a little bit of butter, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms to cook down a little bit because those are going to take the longest to cook. Once those are kind of cooked down, I added the pepper, the chicken, and a little bit of chicken broth, I believe. And also my mom found this like butter, garlic, and sea salt seasoning that's actually really good, so I added that as well. And then you gotta use your splatter screen so you don't have like stuff all over your stove. And I also didn't want it on my camera lens as well, so.
Stop the clock and rewind. Go back to that moment in time when you say you want me for life. Was it all a lie? I gave my all to deserve ya, begging on my knees just to show ya you're the one I want and I love ya. No lie.
And that's just kind of gonna help the sauce and just kind of help everything cook down just a little bit where it's warm, but like the peppers are still a little crunchy and they're not like soggy and mushy, stuff like that. And then added the shrimp, let all of that kind of cook together a little bit, and squeezed a full lemon over all of it, and again let that cook, and then added the zoodles. Let those cook down, not too much because I personally like mine to still be a little bit crunchy. Added more of that seasoning and some pepper, and just kind of let that simmer for a little bit. And then I also, which you'll see in a second, I don't like the texture of cooked tomatoes, like the skin on cooked tomatoes, so I cut up some tomatoes in half and then put them on the plate and then put the food over it so that the heat from the food cooks the tomatoes just enough where they go well and they're not like cold, but they're not mushy and nasty. So yeah, that completes this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you decided to try any of these little, meals.
Can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been